Okay, so people might still come in, and that is great. Hello, everybody, and welcome to a little topic the power exchange of age play. Before we get started, here are some things to know. Who was here yesterday for my class? Okay, then you guys will. I don't know of any trigger warnings, but if at any point you are overwhelmed or need to leave for whatever reason, please take care of yourself because self-care is sexy. And if you're in the wrong class, I've got you now and you can't leave. It's all my script, so.
You put you on my shoulder and take you with me.
I would say I'd like to see you try that, but I'm afraid that you would try it, and I don't want that, so. Anyway, let's see. This is definitely a participation class, so if you do not want to participate, you don't have to, but I trust me, you will have a lot of fun if you do. I suffer from misophonia and aphasia. Does anybody here know which one?
Both, actually.
Okay, go for it. Misophonia.
Misophonia. That's the not liking the mouth noises and
It's
stuff?
repetitive noises of any kind. Yes.
Okay. And,
Aphasia.
I'm sorry, I misheard that one. I know what that is.
It's when you know what word you want to say, but as you're saying it, you can't think. So it's like, you know, the thing inside the thing that was red, but it's
Correct,
a thing.
correct.
Because I do this
I
every day.
suffer
of my
from
life.
both of those. Super fun. So I know people need to stem, and that is great. Please, if you can refrain from it being noisy, that would be amazing. Also, if I ask you to stop, it's not because I don't like you. It's because I literally cannot concentrate to move on to what we need to talk about. It's the thing. And as a self-proclaimed literary brat and loophole queen, I understand there are always exceptions to everything. And that being said, I will be speaking on majorities. And I only mention this so we do not spend the entire class punning away, explaining loopholes as they come up. Of course, if there is something you really think is important enough to mention, do so. Otherwise, for time's sake, let's keep the bratting to a minimum, and I thank you. So, I am Wonder Woman, and my little's name is Pretty Girl. We will both be teaching this class. We are both one in the same. And let's see, I'll give you, share a little story with you. Okay, I don't need this for that. So way before I got into the community, I have borderline personality disorder. Very open about it. If anyone needs to talk about that with me, happy to. So I was in counseling, and my counselor, we were doing negative self-talk. I'm not worthy, nobody loves me, nobody wants me, I'm not desirable, I'm not any of these things. I am not enough, I'm not. She looked at me and she said, would you talk to a child like you're talking to yourself? I was like, no. And they're like, what would you say? And how would you act? I was like, okay, there was a little kid and they're just need my attention. I would get down on their level. And I would just be like, what's up? Are you okay? Do you need something? Ask them their name. Get their attention. They are one-on-one. And they have your attention. They know that they are important at that moment. And they have you. And she said to me, you have to start talking to yourself like that you're that kid. I was like, and she said, what would you have wanted to be called when you were little? And I said, Pretty Girl. And she said, why Pretty Girl? I said, I don't remember a time in my childhood anybody ever called me pretty. And my sister was a ballerina. All the beautiful attention. I was the girl with the short hair tomboy with a troll dollhouse that I made with cardboard boxes. That gives you any idea of me personally, that sums it up. So introducing Pretty Girl. And it wasn't until I got into the community that I realized that Pretty Girl was my little. And once I found some people that knew what this age play shit was, sorry, I cussed a lot. Anyway, Oh, so people who knew what was going on, they're like, you're a little, I'm like, no, I'm not. No, I'm really not. Because, oh, that might be in here somewhere else. She was my little, okay, well, let's just get on to the questions. So, we do my class a little bit differently. Some of you may have gotten envelopes with numbers on them. Anybody? Does anybody have number 1? Would you like to read that for me?
What is age play? Help me, Wonder Woman. You're my only hope.
So, basically, and this is super basics, age play is a type of role play where consenting adults take on roles that are older and younger than their actual age. So I'm going to teach you the sign for consenting adults. You take your hands and you put little K's and they start down here. We are consenting, and then you put this here and you start down here. We're growing up, so we are adults. We are consenting adults. Okay, everybody say it with me and sign it with me. Consenting adults. Awesome. Anytime you hear me say that, please join in because it just makes it that much more fun. For me anyway. Number 2, I see you have your hand up. What's up?
I heard age play is just pedophilia. Is it?
No, it is not. Pedophilia is a psychiatric disorder in which an adult or older adolescent experiences a primary or exclusive sexual attraction to prepubescent children. If you know of anybody suffering from this disorder, please encourage them to seek help because age play is role play between consenting adults. Third question already, number 3.
I don't have number 3, but I have an actual.
Oh, okay.
Just so I know, is the sign required to have both, or can you do just consenting adults?
I don't know. I just looked both of the words up and made the thing. So.
Okay. Thank you.
You do you. If you think it's just
I'll do some further research now. Thank you.
Yeah, now you can research it. And then you let me know if I'm wrong. Because I need to learn that. Number 3? Who has number 3? Hi, what's your question?
Is age play sexual?
It can be. A lot of people refer to it as dark age play, and some of us are changing it to spicy age play, and some people are just like, it's just fucking age play. And it is, but there are actually 3 major types of age play. Number 4? You had a question?
You said there are 3 types of age play. Please, miss, can you tell us more?
Nailed it! Thank you. Yes, there are 3 types of age play. The first, of course, is age play, which is role play between consenting adults. Great job. Take on personas or behaviors that are older and younger than their own. The second is dark age play. This is a sexualized role play between consenting adults that tend to revolve around feelings of taboo or consensual non-consent. Sometimes it goes into humiliation, and then this is just super basics. The third type is age regression, and this occurs when someone advertently or inadvertently reverts to a younger state of mind. You like my words? Number 5. Yeah.
So what's the difference between age play and age regression?
That's an excellent question. So the difference, you're welcome. The difference is that age play is a type of role play where consenting adults voluntarily choose to take on certain roles different than their own. Sorry. Oftentimes regression or going little is triggered by trauma or stress. It can also be brought on by happy things or excitement. Regression in general is a major coping mechanism for people with mental illness, PTSD, anxiety, depression, and personality disorders. So, I'm going to show you what it looks like to regress for me. My little name is Pretty Girl. She often shows herself in times of great distress as a way to protect me and cope with things. But she shows up easiest when something excites her. So you're going to hear my voice change and my mannerisms are going to change, and you'll see the childlikeness come out in me. So somebody is going to bring me something. Are you going to bring me something? She put the sax on! stuffy adoption, and this isn't a stuffy, but oh, it's like Ariel. Oh my god, it's just so precious. So when I was little, we didn't get to have the cool plastic toys that everybody else did because things and stuff. And so I always liked these kind of dolls, and I always wanted one, and so I got one, and she makes me super happy. So this is Ariel, and I'm Pretty Girl, and you can see that I am not Wonder Woman. But that's all. Would you like to take her back? Okay, thanks. Let's see, number 7. Go ahead, number 7. Yeah, what was your question?
How were you able to come back to your adult self?
Practice. Super a lot of practice. So I have been hiding parts of myself away since I was about 5. And here's the story. It's not a great story, but it is a story. I vividly remember going to see a movie, Bambi, 5 years old. Fucking why? Anyway, it was a birthday party. It was a little girl's birthday party, and we were sitting in the back of one of those station wagons where the back seats went up and you felt like you were riding in a limousine. We thought we were so cool and all that stuff. So we're having a great time. At least I was having a great time, and we're goofing around and everything. We all get out, and I hear the mom say, "I hope we don't ever have to invite that girl again. She's loud and annoying, and I don't like her." A couple minutes later, the little girl comes up. "You're loud and annoying, and I don't like you. You're not coming to my parties ever again." So, welcome borderline personality disorder. One adult had one comment offhand that changed my life entirely. So I already saw that people didn't like parts of me, and if I wanted to have friends, those parts of me couldn't be there. So I started hiding myself away. So it became really easy to just not be that. That also happens with my bitch side. Her new name is Petty Girl, and she will hurt you. Anyway, coming into the community, that's where my healing actually started. I have made family, not just friends, but they are my family. They are my leather heart. They are my everything. And they're the ones who encouraged me and helped me find Pretty Girl and let her out. Number 8. Number 8. What's your question?
You keep saying little. What's a little?
That's an excellent question. So, littles are a specific age range to role play or regress into, and there are many roles an age player can take on. Number 9, man, your hand went up super fast. What was your question? Yeah?
I like butter on my rolls.
So do I! Yes. So these rolls are a little different than buttered ones, but maybe it's the butter, I don't know. I'm talking about the ones that age players take on. The most common roles are adult baby diaper lovers, and littles, middles, bigs, and caregivers. The roles depend on the activities that the people want to take part in. ABDL tends to be infant to 2, a little anywhere from 3 to 10, and middle anywhere from 11 to 17. And all of the other roles fall under the big umbrella. There was another question already? 10? What was your question?
What's the big umbrella? Is it like one of those tables outside to block out the sun?
You know, similar, but not quite. That's a great analogy for it, though. Analogy is the right word, right? Yay! The big umbrella encompasses all of the adult caregiver roles in age play. So what are some of these roles? Shout them out.
Big.
Bigs.
Daddy.
Mommy.
Caregivers. Babysitter.
Uncles.
Lolita.
Lolitas, okay. Teachers.
Big sisters or big brothers.
This was a big brother. So we have at our home dungeon, one of the dungeon owners, her name is Miss Gina, and we call her the principal. She's super sweet, but man, she is intimidating. And So there's somebody who decided they want, yes,
I have a question.
okay, I'll get to you. We mentioned there was somebody who decided they wanted to wear diapers, but they didn't want to be a baby, and they just wanted to be pushed around, so they were going to be a senior citizen and get in a wheelchair and wear diapers, and that was their role play, and that was their age play, and that is absolutely age play, and it is valid, and also hysterical to me. So we've got the aunts, uncles, teachers, babysitters, big brothers and sisters, bullies. Bullying is a consent thing, and let me tell you, if anybody tries to bully Pretty Girl, I will sick Miss Sarah on you. She is a beautiful butch lesbian leather dyke who holds a national title and an international leather title, and you don't want to mess with Miss Sarah. You don't want to mess with Pretty Girl. Do not bully Pretty Girl. She will cry, and it will not be good. Just so you're all aware of that.
Miss Sarah scares me.
Yeah, she's awesome, but yeah, she's super scary. So, like other roles, like the aunt, we have a group called Dommy Daycare, and when we started it, we didn't have very many caregivers, and one of our friends saw that there was a need, and came. She's like, I don't want anything to do with age play, but if you need people there to support, I will come. She is now mommy to the stupidest baby ever. She lovingly refers to him as, and he is adorable, and he is dumb as rocks when he's a baby. So you never know when a big or caregiver role is gonna come to you. You may want nothing to do with it and end up dive deep into it. So whenever somebody says, oh my gosh, just give it a try, I mean, that's up to you thing, but don't knock it. Number 11?
This is all fascinating, but why would anyone want to try age play?
You know, why do we do anything kinky? We like it. It gets our juices flowing. It makes us happy. Depending on the type of age play you engage in, it can be healing, relaxing, cathartic, full of endorphins, like any of the scenes here. That's kind of what littles get out of it. We go into a different headspace. It can take you away to a different headspace, one that is simpler and much less stressful. It can also provide feelings of comfort, safety, and being cared for. It can also help us to feel adored, important, wanted, and loved. Number 12.
What do caregivers get out of this?
Joy. And I didn't realize that until like last year or something. I was playing with a friend, and it was kind of a dark age play, and it actually wasn't dark age play, but it ended up going there, and it was really hot. He just looked up at me, he said, Mommy, and I was like, yeah? And he's like, can we play? And I was like, sure. And so we just had this little conversation going back and forth, and the way he lit up when he looked at me, his eyes, like, I was it. I was everything to him at that moment, and it filled my heart with joy. So joy. Otherwise, I'm like, what the fuck? I don't want to be a babysitter to an adult who wants to act like a baby. No, I've had a child. They're grown and out of the house, and no. So it is not for everybody. Absolutely not for everybody, but anybody can do it. Even the littles can. We don't want to, but we can. Number 12.
That was 12.
That was 12. Yes, it was. My bad. Good job. Woo. Are there any other caregivers in here that would say they get something different out of it? Yes.
I'm a nurturer by nature.
Yeah.
So when I flip into mommy mode, it is all about that loving parental support,
Yeah.
protection mode.
Yeah.
To know that the people that I'm dealing with are okay, are safe. How many times I have asked you today, are you okay? I know you're fucking okay, but I need to know if you're okay.
She needs to know that you guys know you're okay. Absolutely, yes.
I'm not a big, but one thing I think that we should add on to the little thing is, mine and hers, Vicky, she not only like she helps us kind of I guess, grow as people. And like me and her are kind of socially awkward and shy, so she helps us like make new friends and like get confidence to do things.
That's huge.
That's good.
That is so huge. Yes.
Hi, I'm a daddy, and I get a lot of joy and I love the nurturing aspect, but I also like, being able to make the decisions and like being able to, guide someone.
Fucking love that aspect of role play.
Like I get to take care of everything. I get to go, I just like that.
Fantasy 101 right through that. Yes.
I'm able to get in touch with a more maternal side of the fraternity that is like loving and caring, as opposed to the way the world sees men as like destroyers and criticizers and avatars of anger.
Avatars of anger.
To care and love. So that's what I got.
Anybody else? Yeah.
It can be a form of service. Like, when I get in a more caregiver headspace, it's like, it is very service based. Like,
Fills your heart with that.
yeah,
That you know that you got that.
I was able to
Provide something for
create
someone
that.
else. Yes.
Yes.
That's awesome. Yes. I see you.
I'm not a caretaker or a big, I'm just figuring myself out, but I've interacted with littles and middles, and what I've found when I've engaged with them is that their energy is contagious, and it's the joy thing. So like seeing them excited, I feel so like practically irrationally excited just because like of their joy in something that in day-to-day life wouldn't really like be looked at or like valued the same way as when we were young. So seeing that is joy in itself, and then participating, I don't know, I'm figuring it out.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that because that's super. Oh, I didn't need that paper. Number 13. Yes. What was your question?
So your class title is a little topic, the power exchange of age play. What is the power exchange? And do we get to choose the topping of our Sundays? I'm so confused.
Well, we usually don't get to take food into the dungeon, and there's definitely no ice cream here.
Oh.
So, no Sundays, but I do have candy, and I will share this candy with my friends. We're gonna start it over here. Gummy bears, you take as many as you want. This is about a 3-pound bag of gummy bears. So I'm gonna let you just take the whole thing and pass it on. Right? It's amazing.
We gotta talk later.
On the back.
That is a very
Okay. So power exchange. The basic is where 2 or more consenting adults consensually and voluntarily agree to assume authority or yield authority over one another. Now, being a little stuck inside a switch that identifies as a femdom, I am all over the place. Yeah. So when I top, I like to be in control. And that means whoever is bottoming for me is giving up their control to me. Now, my good dear friend Mark, who is over here looking amazing, is gonna help me with my demo today. So Mark, would you like to come on up? So, we're gonna start with a little negotiation. And I'm gonna ask you guys, what are some things you think every negotiation should have?
Hard limits, soft limits, aftercare.
Okay, anybody else? Yes?
Safe words.
Medical conditions.
Consent of adults.
Anybody else?
Medical history.
Awesome. So, my, yes.
Triggers, traumas.
Oh, that's a good one. Triggers and traumas. So, basically, the ones that I go through are safe words, limits, intention, toys and actual play, aftercare, and communication. kind of, to me, sums everything up. It can absolutely go broader, but in a little bit, that's just kind of it. Number 14.
When you negotiate, do you do it as a little?
No, never. Because when I'm a little, I can't consent necessarily. It's a real gray area. So it's best to do it while you are an adult, and in an adult headspace. So this way, you take in only the toys that were agreed to, and the bottom will also be able to say no or end it if the little gets a little too enthusiastic or excited. Now, do you remember how I told you I can come back to myself? Yes, okay. This is a good thing to negotiate into your scene as a little, how you're gonna communicate with your bottom. Okay, so Mark, we're gonna start our negotiation. What would a fun safe word be for you?
Waffle House.
Okay, I do not like the Waffle House, but that's a great one to get me out of a headspace. Let's say that. Okay, so let's talk intention. For this is a demo. So the intention of the scene is basically to show off my toys and how you can incorporate them into play. I also want to touch your butt, so that's the thing. And if you let me, I would like to give you prints, and then I can remember your duty to take this thing away. Okay, so next we would choose our toys, but we have already consented to this that he trusts me, right?
I choose
He chooses. And he also knows that I would never do anything to intentionally hurt him, even when I'm a little. It's just not right. Anyway, now communication is super important to any scene, but as a little, we still have to be responsible and keep our bottoms safe and happy. So, see, we have another question, number 15.
Oh, that's me. When you top as a little, can you renegotiate mid-scene?
No. Good job, everybody. No. And honestly, you should never renegotiate during any scene, and I'll get into that. Negotiating mid-scene is like asking an intoxicated person to make a decision on if they should drive or not. When we are mid-scene, or even starting a scene, we have started to enter into a different headspace, which is why intentions and limits are very important to establish. So there's somebody in our community, I have an OKC, who is actually not in the community anymore, and here you'll know why. He was a boundary pusher, so much so that he would wait until the bottom was in subspace and then ask for sex.
Wow.
Like they're begging for it. And even though it was on the partner's no list, it was their limit. And there could have been many reasons for that limit, and they didn't have to share it. The other person just had to respect it and not do it. Also, he would conveniently forget to use condoms. Yeah. So not only was this a major consent violation, it was rape. That's what it was. The person said no to sex. The other person ignored it. So renegotiating mid-scene is a no-go. But that's a great question that leads into communication. Can you communicate with me?
I'm ready to communicate.
Let's see. There are a lot of ways to communicate. Non-verbal gestures, asking where they are on a scale of 1 to 10, and the easiest to remember is the stoplight, which is the green, yellow, red. If the bottom calls out yellow, that kind of initiates the person who's topping to stop what they're doing and check in. Because it doesn't mean they want to stop the scene or that you're doing something wrong necessarily. It just means they might want to move it to a different direction. Or they might need to pee. You know, super little things. But checking in, calling yellow is absolutely something you should do. At any point for any reason. Now, if you were to call red, everything stops. Everything everything stops, scene stops, you guys get your stuff, you take it out of the dungeon, and you have a conversation about what went wrong. And that's another thing. So, I mentioned this earlier, because of my practice, I can change my headspace pretty quickly. So, if something happens to Mark, and Mark needs my full attention, all he needs to do is say, just needs to say, I need Wonder back. I need Wonder. Put you at Waffle House and do it. So, do you feel like we have our communication down?
Yes.
Okay. So the last part is aftercare. Now, oh crap. I was gonna make sure you have water, but I don't even have water.
I have some.
You have some? Okay. So I was gonna make sure you have water, but yeah.
Right there.
Best in oh God. Sorry. Ooh. At the very least, I'm gonna give you a hug, and depending on who I'm playing with, I like to cuddle with them too. Do we have another question before we start meeting number 16?
What do you wear when you talk with a little?
When we play, we wear fun clothes, and you can wear whatever you're comfortable with. So our fun clothes. Or when I get cupcakes on it. This is why I want to touch his butt. Just. Yes, touch his butt. I touch his butt. Okay. We wear our fun clothes, and so we're gonna enter into our scene. Are you ready to let Free Girl come out?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just show what time is this? What time it is?
3:36.
Hell yeah, we can have some fun.
Do you have any more questions?
There's a 17th question, but that comes at the very end. Because you got what?
But I don't think you know.
Oh, what was your question?
What do you mean by natural?
Oh, so that was actually a really good question.
Excellent question.
It was an excellent question. So, reverting to a different place happening naturally. Let me make sure I read this correctly. What number was that?
6.
You are correct.
I just noticed your socks have capes.
They do.
I'm fast as fuck, boys. I have the Superman ones.
They're Wonder Woman.
I have the Superman.
Oh, you have the Superman ones? I have Batman ones too. Oh, look at my nice tattoo. I can do that for you guys. She made my naturally. Oh, yeah, I actually did go over that one. Regression, growing little is triggered by stress and trauma. Were you here? Yeah. Can be brought on by happy things or excitement. So basically, naturally, it just, you don't necessarily have control over when it happens. It just comes out. So like when her girl got, yeah, so when her girl got her new toy, this is where Precious Ariel's she's my toy now, she's my Precious. How'd that get in there? Okay, so I'm gonna show you some of my favorite toys, and I was gonna have this all set up, and then I did not. So, we're just gonna go through this stuff. I like to make a lot of my toys, and I like to use toys. I think I'm hilarious. So you're gonna come stand over here. These are centipedes from the Dollar Tree. They have this weird ass texture, and they are just. They hurt me really good. They are, but yeah, they can hurt. They can hurt. I don't like to hurt people very much. I actually really don't like to hurt people, but I find some joy in it in that perverted, sick way, and that's okay. But also these weird ass spaghetti noodly things. The same material.
What are they?
That's fun.
They're called noodles. I don't know. They're just like.
Stop noodling.
So, Mark, we're gonna give you some pretty hair. Aww.
I've always wanted hair.
You got multicolored hair.
Oh,
It's super special. It looks wonderful.
I got it for the con.
Good job. Oh no, don't let it fall. Oh no. Okay, stand up. There you go. Stand up. There you go. So, now I like to put things on to people. So, I like to use like jewelry is fun for sensations. Look at you, you're so stupid. So these are just fun to use. I use these in my regular toy box, but I think they will look super pretty on you. So I'm gonna make you look more beautiful. There we go. Is it beautiful?
Yeah.
Lovely color combination. Right? So we also have these beautiful scarves that have great feels. Isn't that nice?
It is. It's nice and soft.
So we're gonna give you a nice scarf here.
Are you making me look super manly?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
We'll be grandma later. With your drizzled hair. So another thing that I found that I love, you know, people play with the feathers and stuff, but when you're little, you can wear the feathers. Oh, it's real big on me. And you can come and you can tickle them.
Maybe a little bit ticklish. What about my hair?
Well, we're gonna put some feathers up there.
Oh goodness.
And I'll hold your hair up.
Right? Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah.
But you know what? I think we're actually gonna use this as a blindfold. And it's actually really not tight. I'm gonna, that works, right?
Little man for you.
Little math.
Little
math.
That's
little math.
Problem solving in this bit.
So, and then we like to play, what the fuck are you using on me?
Is that a shark?
Is that a shark?
Legos?
No.
You're a kitty cat? No,
It's a cat. It's a cat. Let's see what else.
That's soft.
Yeah? You think so? What about now? This actually looks really cute. The marks back there. I don't know how to do that. You caught that. Okay, so you did a wonderful job with this, so I'm gonna take them off so you don't have to worry about it.
You're a pretty girl.
Yeah, okay, and those curls actually just those look really well on you. Oh, so when you're little, you can be whatever you want to be, and you don't have to have big pricey things. You can be a dinosaur.
Are you a space dino?
I can be. He actually has the other one of these. But you know the vampire gloves and stuff?
Oh man.
Yeah. $5. Not the same, but somewhat similar. Now, do you like ping pong paddles?
Yes. Who doesn't like ping pong paddles. Like ping.
You sure you like them? You sure?
Yes.
You sure?
No.
You sure? You sure? You
Yes.
sure? You sure? You sure? You sure? You sure?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay, what he didn't know he needed to negotiate was that I shouldn't be annoying. There's a loophole right there.
I knew to negotiate.
Okay. Sure you did. So the koosh balls, just do koosh balls.
It sounded like she said cooch ball.
Koosh balls, koosh balls. No. But here, you hold those. And you can play with those. This is a dog toy. The sound is just great. And they're blindfolded. But it's got great different textures on it. And it is a little, you're not a ticklish person, but it's a little tickly. And before you turn around a little bit. You got good jiggle.
It's got a nice mat.
So you can you don't have to have expensive toys to have fun. Because oh, and this has a glowy thing in it. I don't think it works. I don't know. I didn't hit hard enough. And then you can draw racetracks all over them. And race your cars. And so you get different kinds of wheels and these different kinds of treads, and they're fun. We're gonna
Bend over, make a row.
no, we're in an accident. I don't have to get a beauty one.
Do you have insurance?
I do. And you have car insurance.
State Farm is there.
It is. Jake, where are you? Okay. Put your head up. We're gonna. Oh, no, that's okay. So you can have fun with cars. And motorcycles and skateboards and all of those things. Oh! This car flies. Off to space. Yeah. Oh, I found other colored noodles. Okay, so I made Floggers out of Mardi Gras beads. They have wonderful sound. And they feel so nice. Whoops. And then they have a nice little puppy tail. I only brought one because I had to come from Oklahoma City and I brought a little pride on me. That was a lot. You know what? So far you've done a great job. I want to give you a hand for that. Everybody give me a hand. We're not done, but you know, I just want to put that out there. Let's see, what else do I have? I love Lego. I made a Lego flogger. People are like, what the fuck? I bet that hurts really bad. That hurt really bad. Oh. I mean, if I hit really hard, it might, but it's a different noise texture in there. It's just fun. It looks kind of like a squid octopus thingy.
Are they just snapped in place, or how do you do that?
I will show you later because we only have a certain amount of time right now.
Make him stand on it.
No, right? You know how much time went into this thing. Oh, okay, so this is one of my favorites that I made. It is a zipper flogger. Oh crap, we didn't go over our limits. So he doesn't have any limits. No, we had some limits. We talked about them last night. What were some of your limits?
No fire, no blood, and no needles.
Because that would be really irresponsible for Little to do without supervision. Depending on your Little and your play with your partner, you do you, but no, we're just not. So here, turn around. What do you think?
It's very light, airy, but it's got a nice little sting because of the zipper bottom.
Okay, so it's a 2-in-1 toy. Wow.
From a 9 tail to an 18 tail.
Something like that. Mark, tell us us a little bit about yourself.
I am a firefighter from Homestead, and I'm previously in the Navy for 13 years. This man's name is a Marine I know. Wait, what cheek is it on?
Yeah, Jay. Jay.
That's a Marine I know. My name is on his ass. Fun fact.
No, there's one.
Long walks on the beach. Rubber chickens.
Yeah, you do. Okay, here's the last one.
And I'm so happy to see all you littles here tonight.
Okay, let's try this. How's that?
It's a lot lighter, actually. Oh! Wow. I like increasing. Waffle House.
Oh no! He safe worded. What does that mean? We had to stop. We're gonna check in because we're not using the red and yellow. So I'm gonna say, well, what's going on? You okay?
Yeah, I had trauma from zippers that I forgot to tell.
Oh my gosh! That is super your fault because I was right there for like 3 minutes.
Have you ever seen There's Something About Mary?
How'd you get the beans above the fries?
Okay.
I never got it.
So we're gonna, oh, so somebody, you can play cops and robbers. And I'm gonna give you our hands because you are bad. And we're gonna, I know how to do real knots, but in little spaces, it does not happen all the time. There. Oh! And you've been naughty, so you have to go stand in the corner.
Okay.
Everybody Okay. Do you think he's been a good person? He's been good this time. Should we let him go?
No, I think he's
No?
bad. I think he's
He was
really
naughty.
bad.
He was pretty bad. Maybe, oh no, someone's gonna get you.
Oh no, not the shark.
Dear J boy, now you can have on here. You go, now you're free. So, oh, you can come back closer here. So, the vampire gloves that are amazing. Those are really expensive. So I made one out of shark teeth.
Oh, wow.
So this can also be a blood thing unless you don't use it that way, and I don't use it that way. You ready? Yeah.
Oh no, a shark.
Yeah, it does. It does have some bite to it. Like, oh look at those pretty birds. So I have a friend who bought them. Who bought them for me. The first time I touched them with this, I was like this. And he goes, whoa! I was not expecting that. I was like, I know, because everybody's afraid of this thing, but it is the nicest toy, and I'm good job. Super good job. What time is it? 52?
Yeah.
Oh shit, okay. So I was gonna show you guys this little Lego paddle that I made that makes really, really pretty marks. We're not gonna hit it with it, but I'm gonna show you some of the marks that it leaves. Aren't they fun? Now you can't really see it, you're here. Oh, but there's the kitty crate. Okay. And my very most favorite thing to play with are rubber chickens. Not the squeaker ones, but that's an aphasia thing. Or so this is from a new chicken game I just got. It's called Flickin' Chicken.
Flicking chicken.
So we're gonna see if I can print you with this, okay? Yeah, I'm not sure this
It's
is
too short.
great.
Oh.
You need the heirloom.
I've got it. This is Spacey Chicken. He's the best. I actually have 2 other chickens with me that are really fun to play with. So this one is Derpy Chicken because his eyes look kind of derpy, and he looks like the one from Moana. And this is Roblox Chicken. So we're gonna try this one first, okay?
It was the sick for me.
We're gonna do Derpy Chicken next. We're only gonna do Derpy Chicken's head though. Oh, well those are the parts from the other night. Oh, yep, there it is. Hold on. And then, of course, we have Spacey Chicken. This is a family heirloom. And it gives the best marks. So, I'm gonna give you, do you want some like 3-day marks?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna give them 3-day marks.
Oh.
Okay. This is probably not super responsible for a little, but it's one thing.
Woo! Yeah. Pretty girl, you're strong.
Ew! Sorry, screenshot. Okay. Now this is a different kind of touch the button. We touch the button.
I know the feet are coming.
The feet are coming. Okay.
Yeah!
Okay. There's the feet. Right? Good job. You did an excellent job. Everybody, give Mark a hand because he really did a great job. Good job. So we're gonna end our scene now because we ran out of time. I know it's super sad. So we're gonna do a little aftercare. Take your head. You did a really good job. Okay. You need to drink water now. Okay. And you can go sit down and or put your clothes back on, whichever. That's fine with me. I think there was another question.
Yeah.
What was your question?
Thank you for letting us meet Pretty Girl. She is so cool and funny and fun and adorable and sweet.
Thank you. You're welcome. Now, so that one I just put insert adjectives here because I thought it was funnier. I love Mad Libs. Does anybody have any actual questions for me?
How would you say bullying, incorporate bullying into
Age play? Okay, so one of my friends loves to be bullied. It's kind of a humiliation thing for them. They'll come up, you're such a stupid, skinny little thing, and they'll just push them around, literally just push them. And they'll get into like punching and all of this other stuff. They are close enough that that is a negotiated thing between them. And every time I see it, I walk away. I just walk on by. But yeah, there's all sorts of kind of bullying. We were at Woman of Drummer one year, and somebody wanted to be pushed into the pool. And so these two girls, they were just standing there. I didn't do anything. Yeah, you did. You're such a little blah, blah, blah. And they just went into the pool, and it was like 45 degrees. It was really funny. So yeah, all sorts of different. Does somebody else have a question?
I guess it's sort of related to bullying. I met a little who likes fear play, and it's hard to wrap my head around it, especially as someone who's done topping and doesn't have that much experience with fear play. So just hearing about it, what are examples of fear play in the little space?
So my guess would be kidnapping.
Fun house sensory deprivation.
haunted houses?
I know this.
And I am very much into Skittle. So much. So
Wait a second. I'm gonna let you guys talk about that after, just so we can move. What was your question?
Can I make a spoon?
Yes.
I need to show you my ducky gag.
Holy fuck yes. I already love it. Anybody else? No? No? I thought, oh, you did it. Okay. Thank you for coming to my class. Thank you for participating. And everybody, what is role play? It is between Consenting adults. Oh wait, before you go, there's a thing. So I am Miss Route 66 Leather 2023. It is an educational and national title where we travel around the country and teach and just do fun stuff. So part of my leather journey was embracing my leather heart. And in doing that, through my travels, I met so many people who just almost didn't show up. Almost didn't come. Their anxiety, their depression, their everything. People were going to be there that they didn't want to see, all of this stuff. And just sitting there and talking with them made them feel so much better. But just being able to interact with them filled my leather journey. To be able to know that, you know, just showing up is huge. And that I see you guys. You got out of bed. You got in a car. You got dressed. Hopefully you got dressed before you got in the car. And then you walked through the door to a bar that is loud and full of people and that can be causing super anxiety. And I see that. And I thank you guys for coming, whether you suffer from anxiety or any of that stuff. But by being here, simply being here, you guys have now become part of my leather journey. Something you guys need to know, you don't have to own or wear leather to be leather, and all leather is valid. And but sometimes it's nice to have a little bit of leather so you feel like you can fit in or whatever. So I began to spread joy throughout my title year, and I feel like I'm still doing it. I just have so much fun. And I get to be goofy and all of the things, but here it is. So I want to gift all of you with my leather heart so that you know by showing up here today, you have become part of somebody's leather journey and you've made an impact, and that you matter. You all fucking matter. So thank you for being here. And if you are not leather or you haven't started a leather journey, this is your start. And if you still don't feel like leather or don't want to be leather, you don't have to be. But when you look at this, you can know that you, by showing up and being yourself, matter. So I'm gifting you all my leather heart so that you can find joy in all the things that you do. You can have another one. And you know what? Some people have got multiples of these, and feel free to give them away. Gift your new leather heart to somebody else. Because there's a couple people that I just keep giving them to, and they're like, there was somebody who was just having a really rough day, and they just, I knew they needed it, and they did. They just took it off their desk and handed it over. And I actually have a bag now that's Capoeira, and I have leather hearts all over it, so when I'm out and about, I can just take them off. Yeah, big leather heart. Thank you. I will get one for your other. You guys are so welcome. But yeah, be okay with giving it away. When people are, you see them struggling, let them know that they matter. And have you guys done your leather hearts yet? Well, you know what? You guys showed up. So that is really everything now. And go out, be joyful, have fun, be consensual, and only hurt people if they want you to. Bye. And I think we ran over time, so.